Systems thinking is one of those exciting concepts that when you learn about it, you can't unlearn about it and you will use it always. So, what is systems thinking? Systems thinking is the ability to see more than the whole. So, the first thing to do when you're doing systems thinking is you need to zoom out and you need to look at your focus area in the context of the wider area. Systems thinking means that you pay attention to not only the problem space that you're working in or your focus area, but you look at those things that are adjacent to that focus area and you start to look very closely at the inputs. What are all of these adjacencies bringing into your focus area or your problem space? Now, the inputs are vital because they're the energy that drives your engine. They are the decisions that are made that are fed through to you and your team. They are the data that you can use. They are the metrics that you are focusing on. Inputs allow you to understand what you have to work with. The other thing that you need to pay attention to when you're looking at systems thinking is the outputs. What happens outside your problem space or your focus area that you are creating and that you're sharing with the wider context? Understanding inputs and outputs allows you to then pay attention to what's happening inside your focus area or problem space. We break these internal elements into three key things. The first thing that we want to be looking at is the elements. What are the tools, techniques, patterns, processes, behaviors that we see inside our focus area? And then how are they driven by the inputs and how do they work to create the outputs of our focus area? Once we start to identify these elements, we're actually then able to start to talk about causality and emergence. What does that mean? Causality is where we start to drill down into what drives the behaviors, the patterns, and the work processes that we see in our focus area. What is causing these interactions? What's causing any hiccups or impediments that we have? But also what's emerging. Emergence is where we start to pay attention to what wasn't planned to occur, but actually does occur. Now, as a systems thinker, understanding the interactions of the elements, the emergence, and the causality is where you can actually really start to understand the system that you're considering. If you don't look at those three elements, you won't be able to refine your processes, you won't be able to lean into any problems that you've got. Now, another thing to be aware of when you're looking at systems thinking is perspectives. Generally, you have two types of perspectives, those who are inside the focus area and those who are outside. As a systems thinker, working hard to create awareness of those perspectives is your goal. You really need to tap into both of those stakeholder groups, work closely with them, understand their perspectives, understand their drivers, understand their motivations. Systems thinking is very exciting because it does allow you to zoom out, look at the big picture, and understand more about what's happening